Well, we're up at Nobles Hospital at the ambulance centre. Some very good news here for the Isle of Man Ambulance and Paramedics services, as Mark is going to explain here, about all this new equipment that you've got. Tell us about the story.
Yeah, basically we looked 18 months ago at putting together a hazardous area response team for the Isle of Man to co-respond alongside our other colleagues such as the Isle of Man Foreign Rescue Service and our Coast Guard colleagues. The purpose of the team is not to rescue casualties, but actually to access them in hazardous areas, triage, treat and stabilise them, while our colleagues in the Fire Service and the Coast Guard go about the business of actually rescuing them. We've also had to be equipped to very high standards to operate in these areas. The Foreign Rescue Service basically specified what equipment that we actually needed for working in these areas. The cost of the equipment is obviously extremely expensive. And the way things were budgetary, we knew that we weren't going to get funded for this within our own department. So we looked outside of the department and we went to Manx Microgaming, who came forward and actually sponsored the cost of all our equipment for us to enable us to actually put this team together and to enable us to go operational here on the Isle of Man.
And of course we've got these great pictures of you just the other day when we were helping out with the fire brigade on their rescue attempt from the crane as an exercise. That's a good example, is it, what you do together now? Yeah,
that is a good example. The fire service obviously train very, very regularly on a monthly and often more than a monthly basis in line rescue. We have their timetable of training events and we always join in on their timetable of training and work cohesively alongside them in these events such as the one you've seen up at the crane on Monday.
Turn to you, Doctor. I mean, microgaming has been heavily involved in doing this sort of thing behind the scenes quite quietly, really, sometimes. I mean, this is a massive amount of money required.
Yeah. Microgaming's been on the island for over 10 years, and shortly after they came, they decided they wanted to put something back in the community, and set up this trust, which has funded over £500,000 worth of equipment for hospital and community-related healthcare projects, of which this is a good example.
So you're the sort of governor of the money, are you, how it's spent?
Well, applications, we receive applications and the trustees decide on which is most appropriate at the time.
Well, you say nothing's cheap, Mark. I mean, this equipment in front of you, what would this be worth? A lot?
Yeah, I mean, the equipment you can see here behind me altogether is probably worth in the region of £6,000–7,000. And that is just basic equipment that we have to work alongside, like I say, our colleagues within the Foreign Rescue Service.
Well, finally, I've got to ask you, TT week is upon us, well, the fortnight. Is this more pressure on you than ever?
It is, most definitely. Obviously the population on the Isle of Man increases quite substantially. We do get very, very busy this time of year, and people, especially when the sun's out, coupled with alcohol, coupled with lots and lots of bikes about, they do go and do silly things, unfortunately. So there is a strong possibility that we could be going to be used over the next couple of weeks.
But hopefully not going up a crane.
No, hopefully not.